So I do want to bring up Selina Kyle, Catwoman. We talked about how she's crazy. The cats bring her back to life. We think kind of that's what happened. I thought Michelle Pfeiffer, who played Selina Kyle, did a great job with the material that she was given. I thought she acted it out great. So I have no complaints or criticisms of her and what she did. Maybe you guys think differently, but I thought she did the role really well. The tension between not the Penguin, but Bruce Wayne and Batman, I thought was good. Very reminiscent of what we see in the comics. They have this love-hate relationship. They're trying to kill each other one minute, and then they're kissing the next minute, and then they're back to fighting each other, and they work together, and then they work against each other. It's just all over the place. And so I thought they did that really well with this, at least with that, and these actors did great. But one thing I was watching when Selina Kyle goes back to the mansion, and her and Bruce are sitting by the fireplace. He's thinking, they talk about Vicky Vale a little bit, like, oh, I had a girlfriend, but she's gone now. And in my mind, I saw him thinking, oh, this is Vicky's replacement. This is the next one up. And he's like, trusts her, thinks she's innocent, naive, right? This great person. So it kind of set up in his mind that, oh, this is Vicky Vale 2.0, but she's like the anti-Vicky Vale.
Yeah.
Right? She's the complete opposite. And so she has this dark side. And I thought that was one of the things in this movie that I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah. And I think, one of the cool parts about that relationship is that he kind of liked that. He's like, oh, yeah, I've got a little bit of a dark side. Yeah. She's got a little bit of a dark side. This is all right,
Yeah. But did he know that, though, at that time? Because I don't...
At that time, no, but later on, he figured it out.
So that wouldn't have been his attraction to her, right?
I think the attraction in the beginning was just that she jumped on him and started making out with him.
Yeah.
And then he was along for the ride. Yeah.
The girl makes the first move. Right. I like this.
Yeah. But they were introduced in the beginning sequence of the film when all this stuff's going on. Batman drives up in his Batmobile and meets her, and she's like, oh, it's Batman.
Yeah. They have a little bit of he definitely was physically, saw her, caught his eye for sure, and wanted, hey, come on to my place for dinner, that's for sure. Yeah. But it is interesting. Maybe it's a sixth sense kind of a thing that he picked up on, that there's something about this woman that I'm attracted to beyond just looks, that has to do with some sort of duality,
dark side
in an identity, right?
Yeah.
I think he picked up on it when they towards the end when they're in that ball at the Shrek's place, and she was in that black dress looking great, and he's like, dang, she's looking good. But then they're talking, and there's like this talk about masks, and I want to take off my mask, and all that stuff. I think that's when he starts to pick up on it.
Well, and then they say the thing about mistletoe.
Yeah.
Right? And then and that was kind of a cool scene, because then she says, like, do we have to kill each other now? Or do we have to fight each other now?
Yeah.
Which, it was kind of...
Well, and cool. You have to appreciate the symbolism in that particular scene, because it's a masquerade ball, and neither one shows up with a mask.
With a mask, and everyone else does.
Right.
Yeah.
So what's their true is the persona that they put out there, is that their mask, and who their real identity is Catwoman and Batman, right? But I certainly appreciate that part of that scene and that kind of Easter egg, if you will.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, so this is probably one of the few things, if only thing, I liked about this film is just kind of Michelle Pfeiffer. She was crazy. The whole cat bringing her back to life. I don't get that. I was like, well, make that more believable. But outside of that moment, I liked it. I thought it was good.
Yeah,
I thought she was good.
It doesn't have to be some supernatural thing. It could just be she's like, I'm probably referencing a more current Batman, but like a cat burglar who's just really, she has, but not like really a cat, right? Like the scene that you referenced earlier. She's like, I'm going to take a bath. And she's like licking her arm and like, what are you cleaning?
Like what?
Yeah, she licks her arm and
She's
kind of
licking
rubs it in
her
her
Some
head.
of it works and some of it doesn't.
Licking the latex and rubbing the latex. I'm like, that makes no sense. Like, come on.
That was
That's just dumb.
Yeah.
You didn't try that move at home or anything.
Yeah.
Hey, honey. But I did notice the music, like her theme song in the soundtrack, was very similar, if not the same, to what we saw in the Batman. Mm-hmm. Very, very similar. I doubt it's the same, but very similar vibe with strings and kind of this mysterious. I kind of like that, callback. So
I definitely agree. I mean, as far as acting goes, she did a great job, as did a lot of the actors in this.
Yeah.
Did a great job with the direction that they received and the dialogue. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's one character, Catwoman. Well, I don't know, Blake. What do you think about these other guys?
Yeah. So